You're an a-hole. No, that's not me. Hope you die. Neither this one. To know who I am, we have to go back to just a few months ago. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you what happens if you create the cure for all diseases, but it's actually terrible. A few months ago. And that's how compound 45-VE, also called BOPI, can eradicate every known disease, using an amalgam of chemical products we discovered. That right there was the beginning of my speech on public TV that was aired to the whole planet. A cure for everything, they called it. And I was treated as a messiah, as the savior of the new world. And it was indeed a new world to be enjoyed by all kinds of people, since BOPI was affordable for any social class. It was a hard fight against the government that wanted BOPI to cost millions of dollars, but we decided to escape and give it for free rather than that. After some paperwork, we managed to release BOPI to the public. The problem? It was a success. Soon they started to complain about the taste of the medicine. I mean, it is made with herbs that may have a little, well, a stinky odor, but wouldn't you prefer that before having AIDS or cancer? Suddenly, the media made a public opinion, something about a cure worse than the disease. And I was thinking, is this for real? I mean, it is a medical miracle, the biggest invention in history. Maybe, and they are complaining about the taste? People started to make ugly comparisons, saying that BOPI was like swallowing dirty toilet paper mixed with spoiled milk. I know it wasn't a pleasant taste, but if we change the taste or fragrance, it will lose many of its properties. We did many tests. We really tried to improve its flavor, but they were all unsuccessful. Everyone was saying that the whole BOPI thing was a government conspiracy to take money from us, with BOPI being a placebo even after many public results of its efficacy. But people believe everything that appears on the internet, and I received the worst treatment. Insults, humiliations, threats, intimidations, everything, just for being a good person. I remember one of the cases in a hospital of a woman that healed from a lung disease. She was pleased with the results, but after the pressure of her daughter on hating the medicine, she turned her head around and was part of the hatred mob. But I decided to counterattack. I contacted a popular TV program to expose to the whole world on their stupidity. The interview went like this. So, doctor, you're telling me that BOPI doesn't have fish parts in its fungus. BOPI doesn't have either fish or fungus. Correct. Now, what do you want to say to the whole world about your take on the matter? People hates cure. Honestly, my friend, I think that people are stupid, and they cut me. Yes, just like that, they cut off my part in the interview. They said it was for technical problems, but I know the truth. I know this whole trend of BOPI makes news even richer to exploit, and if something changes, many will lose attention. So I was screwed on any sides. If I thought it couldn't be worse, it's because I didn't know something like Condor could exist. Well, I think it started as a joke, a punchline for BOPI, but it was true. It was a medicine that literally did nothing to the people. Maybe could help them with an easy cold. Still, it broke the market just because it tasted like heaven. I didn't even invent that phrase. It was its freaking slogan. Unlike others, it tastes like heaven. How couldn't anyone see that it was a direct attack to me? I remember that the creators were two boys that looked like anything but doctors or pharmacists. They were getting richer than any other people in their country. Meanwhile, me, well, I have to hire a cleaner for all the vandalism my house was getting every day. I tried to set a meeting with those guys, and their answer was, in your dreams. I'm not kidding. That was their actual response in the email. They later told the same program I went to that I was trying to get the real recipe for the cure. That part was actually stupid, since they should be the ones that have to be looking for an actual cure if they genuinely want to save someone. The only positive thing is that the death rate has lowered in many countries. Some doctors may be on my side, or well, kinda, since some pages were saying about doctors that give BOPI to the people just for fun, knowing how terrible it tasted. Still, I shouldn't have so much confidence in that. In the end, one person was on my side. My little son was cured thanks to BOPI. At first, he didn't want to take the medicine, but when I told him about the possible consequences, he didn't blink twice before taking the full dose. I was proud and happy. And that's not the only case. One of his classmates, a little girl called Micah, she came to me to say thanks. Apparently, her father was sick, but after taking BOPI, well, he hated it, but the entire family was happy to see him walking normally. Isn't that the main reason for the medical research? To make other Micah's dads feel good? Thank you for making this magical medicine. When I grow up, I want to be like you, no matter what people say. Those words filled my heart. I was attacked for not making a cure for traffic accidents, and Boppy doesn't make you prettier or younger. It was just a thing that I felt it was necessary to make, no matter the repercussions. I want to think that without Boppy, many lives wouldn't be here anymore. Even if I can't go to the streets just for a bagel without getting bombed with paint or trash, I feel like I'm a savior. But for my luck, I got a cold. And before getting worse, my wife made me take Boppy. So here I am, about to take it. Well, the smell is not that bad. Oh God, this tastes like molten garbage inside a dead cow on a very hot day. Maybe, just maybe, I made a terrible mistake. Long story short, I work as a reporter in a public TV station, and I can't believe what just happened. I will have a fight with the president of my country. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you what happens if you have a fight with the president. It's not like a verbal fight, but let me explain. During my journalistic career, I've reported events like riots, covering election days, and even interview some terrorists. Still, when you go to these places, at least you know what to find. And most of the times, it's just gonna be a bullet in the head. Although we are trained to be prepared for the unexpected, sometimes that exceeds our imagination. The president was passing by in my city, and many stations were like pros trying to cover it. Of course, I was part of the crowd and used the microphone to get the president's voice as usual. Not a big deal, a regular thing during a typical day. Now, what happened is something I can totally explain into words. I think I offended the president. Apparently, I didn't put the mic so close to him, and he considered that I didn't want him to talk, or that whatever he was going to say, it lacked importance. Excuse me? Why aren't you getting closer? Yes, I'm talking to you, son. Where's your station? At first, I didn't think he was talking to me, but then he insisted. And when he had eye contact, I knew my destiny was settled. 3 days. I'll knock you up, pal. He didn't say anything else. He didn't blink his eye. He just turned around and walked peacefully, but with a statement that soon was trending in the whole world. Everyone at my side was like, oh man, you have a big one now. And in the station, there couldn't be more pleased. This is the fight of the century. Honor on fire. The big boss versus the worker class. And tons of other titles were running on the news and pages, with this surreal situation becoming weirder and weirder, and that's too much to say. When I was at home, the plates were flying and words were shouted out loud. My family went mad. How dare you to challenge the president, said my mom. It always had to be you, right? Everything's about you, my sister complained. Ha ha ha, said my dad. Kick him in the crotch, said Grandpa, showing his profound hate to the president. No, Dad, no one will kick the president in the crotch. Aw, how is it possible that all of you are treating this like an everyday thing? I was getting on my nerves. I mean, the president wants to fight me. That sentence alone is just the breakpoint for a hilarious movie. But this was real life, and I can't tell how many fights a president has had. If I'm the first one, should I be proud of it? Bets were all over the place. Some bet $30,000 against me, and the president's popularity raised limitless. This fight was better than any public campaign in his party. In the TV, there were documentaries about this event, and I thought, this thing happened just a couple of days ago. How is it possible that we already have documentaries about the subject? And then I remembered that we live in a country where the president can beat anyone if he wants it. So I stopped thinking about that and start doing what a man has to do, training. The president was sharing his training routine to the public, so I knew what to do to beat him. He was tall, even taller than me, and his intelligence was a wild card. What if I'm the first one fighting against him in public? And if I win, I would become the new president. Yay! And little did I know that there were people that supported me, and my face was on shirts and cups. They used an old ugly photo, but who cares? I'm in their shirts. When the day of the truth came, all cameras were on me, but mostly on the president. He was the favorite according to analytics, and bets were 1,000,000 to 1. I don't even have to explain which one is me. And you would see the people, all of them are cheering at the president, like he's a king. Well, he's kinda a king, but not in that sense. Meanwhile, in my corner, part of my family is with me, and they're here for obligation, not for desire. My grandpa keeps talking racist stuff, and I'm sweating my skin out. Mr. President, would you give us some words on the fight? Asked one of those pretty boys of Channel 9. Of course, son. I will beat this stupid reporter. No offense for you or any other good reporter in this wonderful nation, and restore my dignity. Each punch to him is a punch against terrorists. Everyone was insane. His speech touched the whole country, and my speech was something like, I honestly don't understand what's happening, but my father raised no cowards, so I'll fight. Boo, said the public. Come on, my speech was better. We entered the ring and put our gloves on. The bell sounded and we started jumping. The whole country was astonished when they saw the president's muscles. You know Dwayne Johnson? Well, it was something like that. And I was like, do you know Danny DeVito? The president made his first punch, but he missed it. I heard someone saying, "You're disgusting," just because I dodged the blow. But what do I have to do? Letting me be punched in the face? He punched me in the face. People were hysterical. I got up and made my move. He dodged it and punched me again. I started to taste blood on my mouth, and trust me, it's not a yummy thing. He got me cornered, and that's when I know this thing is real. Because of his punch burst, that it's almost mortal. This is the most powerful man in the country, and it's not just verbally, he's also physically amazing. And that's when I remember the wisest words in my life.
The crotch.
I took all my energies and used the leg to slip away. I missed the only chance I had to beat the president, but I tried to make one last resort, also missing in the process, and punching him in the crotch. The results were these. I wouldn't have won the fight if I kicked the president's crotch. That's an illegal move. But since my punch was going to his face and I slipped, that counts as an unintentional victory movement. So, I'm the first person in history that you can say as a Christmas story about the time I fought the president and won. As Grandpa used to say, another day, another dollar. That was my motto, until I found that I had superpowers. No, you're not reading it wrong. I have actual powers. Yes, like Superman or Spider-Man or well, he doesn't have any, but you get the point. How is that possible? The story is simple. I woke up, went to the bathroom to pee, and peed so hard I destroyed the toilet. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you what happens if you have superpowers. I know what you're thinking, and yes, it was amazing. At first, I was scared, like you don't destroy your toilet every day, or do you? But I looked at the bright side, super strength, super speed, and super flying, if just flying wasn't enough, that already made me the most exceptional human being on the planet. No, in history. The first time I showed my powers was to my best friend, but I didn't know I had all those abilities, so I peed so hard I cut a tree in half. In my defense, I thought peeing was my superpower. However, then we discovered that I could run faster than a bullet, be stronger than a bullet, and fly higher than a bullet? Then I showed my powers to my girlfriend, and then my parents, and later my dog. And he was like, "Master, what the hell?" He was so cute. And I have to admit that I was so excited. Forgetting to superheroes' #1 rule, do not show your secret identity. Well, if I'm honest, I neither wanted to wear a pajama and a cape as a costume. It was a little humiliating. So I thought, oh, what the fudge? No one can beat me. I shouldn't be worried about any supervillains, but I was so wrong. There's something about superheroes lore that says if a superhero is born, he or she has to have a supervillain. And in my case, it was Gareth. Gareth is a Vietnamese genius boy that decided to work with the government to knock me down. Why? I don't freaking know. He's this little piece of dirt with glasses that make him look grosser than he is, like a nerd that will never have a girl for the prom dance, like me during high school. And I don't know why is this government's complex of no one can be stronger than us, so we have to destroy any possible menace. Bwahahaha, laughs not included. And now I am a public menace. And maybe the worst thing I did was a statement saying that I won't be rescuing animals anymore. This is strange and awkward to explain. So this girl Lucy was crying because her stupid cat was in the giant tree. Why? Because cats are a-holes, and I think he enjoyed being the center of attention. So the next scene was pretty standard. Blah, 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 my cat's in danger. Blah, 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 here comes the superhero. Blah, blah, blah. And when I was on top of the tree, the stupid cat attacks me, like I was attacking him. And let me tell you, it was embarrassing. That episode occurred during my early days of vigilante, and it gave me a bad reputation. I had super strength, but no super toughness, so my face looked like a postmodern painting. Lucy thanked me, and I said tons of bad words to the cat, gaining an even worse reputation in front of the parents. Not my highlightest moment. Back to Gareth. Gosh, that kid is sure intelligent. He used every element in the periodic table to make a way to kill me, but I am very endurable in the inside. It's like a new power of super not be killed by things that people dressed as a waiter in the restaurant hide my food. I wish that power on the outside, so I can save kitties more often. I don't even hate cats, but they hate me. So I decided to make that feeling mutual. Sorry if I mix the themes, it's just that I do consider cats the other half of my villain's robe. Taking away cats and Gareth, life with superpowers can be pretty sweet. When you save a bakery store, they give you pieces of cakes as a reward, and it's better when I keep tech stores safe. I currently have the new iPhone thanks to a robbery I frustrated 2 weeks ago. The one that didn't take it so well was my girlfriend. She said that much attention would be surrounding us and that she preferred the old me. The old me that always went to work, couldn't buy enough food for the week, and started to become bald. I said to her that the old me is buried in a mass of muscles of the current me. She then said that I didn't have any muscles, and she's right. I only have super strength with my old contexture, but even so, it hurt. After spending vacations on Hawaii, I saved so much money by just flying there. She considered that my powers weren't so bad after all. However, she wanted me a little bit outside of the public eye, and I supported that demand since it's true that it can be a little exhausting to be always in the cover of magazines, trending topics on the internet, a current theme in movies and discussion groups, and what was I talking about? Oh, but sometimes I get a little deeper on the subject, and I think on the weight of such responsibility. As the wisest person in my life, Spider-Man's Uncle Ben said, with great power, etc. And only God knows he's right. So I made a partnership with the stupid Gareth and the government to subtract superpower only if I survived the operation. Unfortunately, we never understood how my superpowers work, so they offered 2 options to me: to be a government-side superhero or to be their enemy. So I did the right thing. And now every week we do this Tom and Jerry's play of "We will get you," and I'm like, "Catch me if you can." Pretty mature, I know. Life with superpowers can be pretty heavy. I am thankful that I had the powers at this age. I can't imagine a scene of an 80-year-old me saving the day. But at the end, I still have the same things: loving parents, a girlfriend who cares, friends that still make me feel like one of them, and a whole world to explore. I know I have the power to push the entire continent, but does that matter? For me, it doesn't. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Have you ever heard or encountered any paranormal event? Let us know in the comment below. We will draw your story and share it with the world.